Hi and welcome to this video about JavaScript closures. A closure is a combination of a function bundled together with references to its surrounding state. A closure gives access to an outer function's scope from an inner function. Let's look at initDisplay function. It creates a local variable called name and an inner function called display. The inner function doesn't have any variables on its own. But since inner functions have access to the variables of outer functions, display function can access the variable called name. Let's run the code. We see that the console log statement inside display function show the value of the name variable. Before ES6, JavaScript had only two scopes, function scope and global scope. The scope of variables declared with var keyword depends on whether they are declared within a function or outside a function. Let's look at a variable called x. It seems that running console log statement should produce a reference error, but because this type of variables do not have block scope, this code works. Nowadays we have the let and const declarations that allow to create block scoped variables. Let's look at this code. Running it produces a reference error. And this is because variables declared with let and const keywords do have block scope. Scoping is important because closures are able to capture variables in all these scopes. Let's look at this code. This is similar to the previous function in initDisplay. The main difference is that the inner function is returned from the outer function before being executed. Even though the inner function will be executed after its parent function stops running, the inner function will have access to the parent function scope. This is possible because of closure that is created on the inner function surrounding state. Let's look at another example. MakeAdder function takes a single argument a and returns a new function. Each time MakeAdder function runs, it creates a closure over the variable a for its inner function that it returns. So, for each run, it creates a separate closure. As a result, the functions add5 and add10 store different environments. Closures give access to an outer function scope from an inner function, but if an outer function is also an inner function of another function, does the innermost function have an access to the outermost state? If we run this code, we see that it works. That demonstrates the closure scope chain. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.